it's Melanie. Welcome back to my channel, I Heart Stitching. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos. And today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make this scarf. Now, this scarf is a great beginner project, like for your very first project. Now, if this is your very first project, don't use a textured yarn like the one I used in this example. You're going to want to use a more straightforward yarn where it's not going to confuse you when you're trying to do your stitches. This is the demo yarn that I used. This is the exact same pattern as what I'm wearing. The difference is the yarn choice, which is so awesome because then if you have crocheted a couple projects, you can pick a really fantastic yarn and make something that looks like this, which is so fun. If it's your first project, just kind of go with the flow. Don't worry about it being a project that you're going to actually end up using as a scarf. It may turn out awesome and you might be able to do that, but you know, your first project, really the point of it is to get the muscle memory down, is to really get an understanding of what you're doing. So with that said, if you're a beginner and you're going through this video, just make sure that you pause the video, rewind it, take some time to really figure out the muscle memory. I try and go really slow for this tutorial so that it's very beginner friendly. But you might have to pause the video and kind of catch up with me, or just don't worry, don't stress out. It's okay for the first couple of crochet projects if you're just learning. You don't feel like you know what you're doing. You feel very out of control. You feel very lost, and that's totally normal. So don't freak out. Just go slow and keep at it, okay? If you have crocheted a couple projects before, pick a really fantastic yarn, something like this, and just all you need to do is whatever yarn you pick out, it doesn't matter for this project, just use the hook that it says in the label. So I'm going to show you what the label looks like, but pick the hook that it says on the label that it recommends for that yarn. That way you guys can pick whatever yarn it is you want, and the hook will correspond to that yarn. That way this can be fully customizable for what you want it to be. Great Christmas gift, great for this upcoming winter fall season. And yeah, let's just get going. Let's just jump right in. I'm going to show you all the steps on how to do it. Okay everybody, so here is for my beginners. I'm going to go really slow for this step so that you can get an idea of what I'm doing. First, you want to make sure that you're pulling your yarn out from the center of your skein. And this is Red Heart Super Saver yarn. If you are a beginner, use this or like a Vanna's Choice, the Lion brand, something like this. You don't want to pick anything with a lot of texture because that will be too hard if this is your first project. Okay, and then you want to, whatever yarn you pick, you want to look at the label and see what hook they recommend. That way, this can be utilized for a lot of different types of yarn. So this is an I hook or a size 9. And what I'm going to do here is do a slip knot. I have another beginning crochet video, so if this, you need a little bit more help, you can check that one out, but I'm going to go nice and slow. So slip knot, okay, just like a normal slip knot. Place your hook in and tug on your free end. Okay. Now you're going to do a foundation chain. And your foundation chain is going to be 29 chains long. So what you're going to do, and I'll get some close-ups too, but just to give you an idea of how it looks with your hands, because sometimes it's too close up and it's hard to see. You're going to yarn over your hook and you are going to pull it through. Okay? Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. This is what's called your foundation chain, and crocheting will feel really funny right at first. You just want to keep at it. This is your first project. You're going to learn so much muscle memory that it's going to be worth it, even if it doesn't look perfect in the end. So here's our foundation chain. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Don't tighten your yarn as you go. Just make it nice and fluid. If you have these tiny little foundation chains, it's going to give you trouble later on. Okay, so now a little bit closer. Here's our foundation chain. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, and now you're going to continue that for 29 chains all the way down. So now here's my 29 chains on my foundation chain. And then what you want to do is yarn over and you're gonna place your hook in the third chain from your hook. So you 1, 2, 3 chains here. Okay? So let's look at that again. Count the hook on your hook, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, I'm gonna put it right in here. Okay? Now we're doing a double crochet, which is why I yarned over first. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over the last 2 loops. Okay? So let's do that again. We're gonna do another double crochet right here in this next chain. Yarn over, insert into that foundation chain, yarn over, pull through. So we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over the remaining 2 loops. Okay, this is how it should be looking. Let's do it one more time. Yarn over, we're gonna go right here in this next chain. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops. This is a double crochet stitch. Yarn over 2 loops, yarn over, second 2 loops. Okay, now a couple things to keep in mind. When you're using your, this hand to kind of deal with your tension, don't tug on it. Let the yarn flow. Okay, so we're gonna yarn over and insert here. As we're pulling it through, don't make it tighter. It'll make your life harder. So just let it flow as you go down. Now you're gonna do a double crochet stitch in every single one of these foundation chains all the way down. So at the end, you're gonna have 26 double crochet stitches. Oh, there's Jack. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down and finish all of these double crochets. So we're gonna finish up these double crochets. I like to be able to show you kind of close up and then also a little bit farther away so that you can really see what it looks like in reality. You're not just looking at the tiny fingers up close, okay? So I'm just gonna go down real quick. I'm probably gonna speed up the video, but just keep going like I showed you. Okay, now here is our foundation chain and our first row of double crochet stitches. I'm going to do the last one right here. Right next to this little slip knot where we started, you're going to do a double crochet. Curling a little bit, no big deal. Sometimes it does that, especially once you get going. That's why also you want to make sure you're not pulling your yarn too tight, because that will happen. Your yarn will start to curl. You want to let the yarn flow, let it flow. So now that we're done, you want to chain 3, okay? So the same kind of stitch from the foundation chain. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, see that little guy? Now you're gonna turn your work. So here we go, we've turned our work. We are not going to put our chain in here. We're going to put it in this side. Okay, so skip this first one. Yarn over. We're going to place our hook in that second spot. Yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops, and then we're going to continue doing our double crochets. Okay, but I just want to make sure that it's nice and clear. Don't put it in that first stitch. Okay, leave this open. So you want to put it in here. So we're going to yarn over, put it through the next one, double crochet. Okay, that's it. So now we're going to just put a double crochet in all of these spots going all the way down. When we get to the end, I'll show you what to do, okay? Okay, here I am. I'm going to go all the way down to the end. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit, so just pause the video and catch up with me. Okay, now we're here at the end. I'm going to get nice and close so you can see what to do at this step. we have this spot, and then we're going to do something over here with these chains. So yarn over, let's do this last double crochet. Okay, now let's see these chains that are over here. There's a little chain right here that we need to do a double crochet in, okay? So we're gonna do yarn over, and we're gonna get it, it's a little bit tricky. Right there. Okay, see how I got through that little, okay, yarn over, pull through, and we're gonna do a double crochet, okay? Double crochet, done. Okay, that's how it should look. Now you are gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turning our work. Same thing, you're not gonna do a double crochet in this first stitch, you're gonna do it in this one. So yarn over, in there, pull through, ta-da! So here's a way to double check your work. You want to count to make sure that you have 26 stitches all the way across, okay? So I've already counted this second one, it's 26. So let's count the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay? So this is a way to double check your work. So you have 24, so then you need to place that double crochet in this spot, double crochet, and then you have 1 in this chain. Remember, like I showed you, let's show you one more time. Okay, so then we do our chain. So that's the way to double check your work and make sure that it's going properly, is you want to have 26 of those double crochets, and these end parts count, okay? So these end pieces count as 1. So you want to have 26 of those going all the way across, and that's going to double check your work and make sure that you didn't miss anything in the middle. Your sides are going to stay straight that way, and you know, that's just a way to double check yourself. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it means to finish off your ends. Here I am, I counted, it's 26 stitches across. We have this last double crochet. What you're going to do is trim your yarn, give yourself several inches so that you can weave in your ends. And you're going to trim your yarn. Trim your yarn so that then you have this tail. And you have that loop on your hook. And all you're going to do is yarn over, pull it through, give that a little tug, make sure it's nice and secure. And then that's it, that's the finished end. So now what you want to do is you have this end, and when you're all complete, you know, finished with your project, this is a really handy tool to have. It's called a yarn needle, and they're only a couple dollars. They usually come in a 2-pack. So you want to thread this, and then you want to just weave in your ends. You want to just sew it in inconspicuously. Just kind of going back and forth so that everything is nice and secure. And once you've done that and you feel it's secure, then you just trim this end. And now you can see how this edge is going to stay, you know, nice and straight. Make sure you are constantly counting that 26. And there you go, just continue on as long as you want to make the scarf. If this is your first project, I recommend also maybe, you know, trying out some different stitches and just making this a practice run. Don't worry about actually making it the scarf that you're going to wear, but this is just a really, really great, this is exactly what I did for my first project, and it's a good just kind of beginner project. And then I'm going to show you how you can modify the same exact pattern if you're just a little bit more experienced with some really fun yarn. So the great thing about this yarn is just a beautiful yarn. It comes like this, all textured. It's called the Boutique Changes yarn from Red Heart. And I just love this yarn. It's a little bit expensive, so make sure you use a coupon, but I think it's just beautiful. And this is the exact same thing that I showed you with that turquoise yarn. It's the exact same pattern. I just did the hook that it recommended on the label, and this is the exact same thing. I counted 26, made sure that it was consistent. I used 2 skeins of that yarn, and this is just such a beautiful result, and it was super quick and easy. So if you have crocheted a few projects, you can do this. But if it's your first project, do one of the other yarns I recommended, because this will just be a little bit tricky to see. You can see this yarn is really textured. It can be a little bit tricky to see. But if you've crocheted maybe 2 or 3 projects, I think that you could do this, or you could find another yarn that's not so textured and still get this kind of really beautiful result. Okay guys, that's it. That's the tutorial. I hope you found it easy to follow and helpful. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to check out my blog, iheartstitching.com, for more fun stuff. And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, leave me a comment below. I'll try to help you out. Just remember, if you're a beginner, it's okay. It's gonna take a little bit to really get the hang of it. So don't stress out, you'll be fine. Just keep at it and you're gonna get it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.